Let me take a guess. You have got admission to an MBA college and you have done your research about the same. Maybe you have even scrolled through the placement reports and mapped out that even if you fall into the top 50% of the batch, you'll get that average package. Let me tell you, I thought the same. I'll share 5 things that I wish someone told me before I started my MBA, but I couldn't find them anywhere. Let me start with the elephant in the room. The placement reports that you are referring to, the average packages they are showing, and the companies that visit the campus, they're not entirely lying, but they're not also telling the truth either. So, only the around 10 to 15% of the batch is going to get that average package or get their dream roles, and those big numbers will pull the whole average up. And only being a good student will not get you among the top 10 to 15%. MBA rankings work differently, so do not trust those reports blindly. Go and research the median package, talk to as many alumni as possible before going into the college. Now, this one genuinely surprised me because before starting my MBA, I had this image in my head that to maximize my learning from MBA, I'll have to attend classes regularly, I'll have to read case studies, score well, get good placements, and I'll be sorted with my MBA. But the classroom learning forms only 30% or even less than that of the whole learning experience. My best experience came from case competitions. It gave me a very good experience and an all-rounded exposure to how to think of new ideas, strategies, and then making good presentations and presenting those ideas in front of esteemed individuals like CEOs, marketing managers of big brands. They not only gave me free trips and goodies, but also a direction in the way I was thinking about solving real world problems. Secondly, joining a society is also a very good learning. It gives you exposure in managing people, making budgets, organizing events, and it is also a very good addition to your CV, which shows that you can take up leadership roles. And thirdly, having conversations with my batchmates from different backgrounds gave me a lot of new ideas about how different industries and different occupations work. So don't just go to the college and attend your classes and go back to your own. There is one such person in every college, just don't be that person. Now let's talk about something that has changed dramatically over the past few years. So when it comes to assignments, it's no longer about can you do this, it's more about can you smartly use tools available to complete that assignment in a more efficient manner. MBA students today are using AI in a very extensive manner. But trust me when I say that don't just use AI to use it as a shortcut, but rather use it as a way to amplify your thinking. For example, anyone can copy the question and paste it into ChatGPT and ask it to answer that. But the smarter way to use it would be to paste the question, add in your insights, and ask ChatGPT to structure it into a better way, and it is going to create a more sharper result. So before you start your MBA journey, go and explore these AI tools, get comfortable with them, see what they are good at, see what they are not good at, and how you can use it to make better results. This will put you ahead of your batchmates who will still be figuring out what tools to use, how to use, and how to maximize the output. I cannot stress this one enough, but your CV is your first impression in front of the recruiter. Even before you enter any room, your recruiter will have already made a mental note of whether you are worth their time or not. And most people start working on their CV quite late. Here's what happens. During the placement season, you'll be given 2 days approximately to make a CV, and everyone is scrambling for points to add into their resume, fill a CV, and and that won't really answer to the roles that you are kind of looking for. And this seriously impacts the number of shortlists that you get. So start early, like embarrassingly early. And more importantly, tailor your CV. If you want to go into a consulting role, your CV should scream consulting. If you want to get into an FMCG industry, your CV should reflect that you are a person that the industry needs. So talk to a lot of people, get your CV reviewed, and spend as much time possible before you get your CV locked. This one is the hardest to hear, so I'm going to say as honestly I can. Most people come to an MBA college with a very specific dream, like getting into a consulting role or a big three company or an investment banking role, and they work hard for it, they give it their all, and still it may not work out. It's not that they are not good enough, it's just that there are limited seats for every role. There's a brutal competition, and then luck and timing also play a big role. I have seen incredibly sharp people not getting their dream roles, but after that I have seen two things happen to them. First, there are people who kind of start feeling like MBA failed them, or they failed themselves, they spiral back. And then there are other people who pivot and find adjacent paths that they can follow. And then they find roles that they actually love more than their original dreams. So go in with this air of ambiguity, have dreams, have a North Star, but don't be so blindly focused on that that you cannot see other things happening around. So be very flexible and see what may work best for you. So I'm not saying these things to scare you. These 2 years of MBA can actually be the most transformative years for your life. But I'm just listing down some things from my experience that I feel if somebody had told me beforehand, I would have absolutely been in a better position than what I am. So remember these 5 points I have told you, and if you found this video helpful, do share it with your friends who are going to start their MBA journey.